Welcome to the Desert Gridiron Gameplan, an epic coaches show talking all things Arizona high school football. And now, your hosts, James Poovey, Ed Cole, and Parker Gurash. Take it away, gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Parker Gurash. Parker, we're excited for yet another week of Thursday Night Kickoff in Arizona CW7, and this week we are featuring the St. Mary's Knights hosting the Buckeye Hawks.
Going to be a good one. I know both of these teams, St. Mary's coming in at 4-4, and then Buckeye 2-6. I know both these teams, wanting to get back in the win column, try to make a quick maybe playoff push if they can. But it's going to be a good one. Also, the weather's a bit cooler outside now, which makes football a lot more fun to go to. I know we experienced it today. It was like 65 all day. It seemed like it was incredible. But yeah, I'm very excited for tonight and of course on Thursday.
Magnificent weather we had today here in the Valley. We got a taste of that cool weather last week up there in Prescott Valley for the Crosstown Showdown, and I'd like to think we brought some of that back down the hill here with us, Parker, as things are absolutely gorgeous outside right now. But let's get to it and bring on a member of the Buckeye Hawks. Mr. Pete Lopez joins us from the offensive line for Buckeye. Pete, thank you so much for taking the time and coming on here with us. We certainly appreciate it. We're hoping Coach Ellis pops in here as well here in just a little bit, but let's get started and talk to you a little bit. Just tell us your thoughts on the season so far and how things are going over there for the Buckeye Hawks.
The season's not going as planned as I would have hoped early in the season, but I still think we're doing pretty well. Practice has been nice. The games have been a little challenging, but I still think we can push through these last few games.
Pete, appreciate you coming on tonight. I know, like you said, season hasn't gone the way you guys want to, but as a senior, especially on the offensive line, how much leadership-wise have you tried to bring to your guys, to still keep the morale high in the locker room and, you guys in good spirits, even though you've had a tough stretch so far these last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I tried to do my best. Obviously, not everyone is going to listen because most of the guys are young, but I try to do as much as I can to get these guys fired up.
And Pete, tell me from an offensive line perspective, you guys unfortunately don't really get stats recorded. Every once in a while a team will record pancake blocks, but most of the time they don't even do that, unfortunately. How does it feel as a player to kind of be one of those unsung heroes? You don't get the touchdown recognition and all that sort of thing like some of these, quote, skill players might get, but let's face it, if it wasn't for you guys up front, none of that other stuff would happen. Am I right?
No, you're absolutely right.
So how does it feel for you to play and just go into practice every day and go into game situations knowing that, hey, we're kind of those unsung heroes. We're not going to get the credit maybe we feel like we should deserve, but we're going to go out there and play tough anyway.
Yeah, obviously it's not challenging, but we still get recognition from our guys, especially the quarterbacks and the running backs. Every time they make big plays, they always thank us.
Pete, looking ahead to Thursday night, you guys are going up against St. Mary's on their home field. They just came off a loss against 31-14. As far as prep for what you've done so far these first couple of days in the week, what have you seen from them, and how can you and your guys impact a very talented team as well to try and get the win in an away game with just a few games left in the season?
Watching them on film caught me off guard a little bit. They run some things that I haven't really seen before, so we've been preparing by, trying to practice picking up blitzes or doing the best we can on throwing the ball. So that's about it.
Pete, what is your favorite part of being a Buckeye Hawk? You guys are kind of out there in the country a little ways, not really in the city here in Phoenix, but you guys have played some pretty decent football over the past few seasons. What does it mean to you to be a Buckeye Hawk, and how much pride do you take in that?
Oh, I take in a lot of pride. I've had multiple guys trying to help me, obviously, with past seniors. They were the best role models for me, and I tried to do the same as they did to me.
Pete, when you're looking at the offensive line, kind of the same question James asked earlier, how much pride do you take in that offensive line? Being a senior, you're a big senior offensive lineman too at 6'4", 295, 300 pounds. So just your physicality, but like what type of style of offensive lineman would you say that you play?
I try to play as much aggressively as I can. Obviously, some games for me are a little bit more difficult than others, but I try to leave it all on the field with no regrets.
Pete, tell us about your coaching staff and specifically Coach Ellis, and talk about your offensive line coach as well for a minute. What do those guys mean to you, and how have they helped you become a better person as well as a better football player?
Oh, they're amazing. They do everything they can for us players, and they put everything, especially the heart and soul, out into that field. Our offensive line coach is really well coached. He's played college ball back when he was in his days. But no, they're amazing. I love them all.
Pete, kind of go off that question too. How much, especially your offensive line coaching staff, I don't know if it's one or two guys, what type of things have you picked up from them in your years at Buckeye?
There's only one offensive line coach, but I picked up a lot of being more aggressive, footwork, hand placement, trying to get off the ball more, and being aggressive, like I said. But that's about it.
Pete, we know obviously the season hasn't gone as you guys would have hoped, but you're going to be on television this Thursday night. What would it mean for you to come across town to battle the St. Mary's Knights and get a victory on television this Thursday evening?
It would mean a lot. It'd be a win that should be well deserved. We haven't won in quite a while, and I kind of want to taste the bitterness of victory.
Pete, when you go through like your past couple of years of being at Buckeye, I know you guys had 7-4 season records. The last 2 years, only got a few games left as a senior. What's one of the things, or maybe a couple of things that you can share with us that you'll always remember about being a part of this type of football program?
We always play hard. My past few years as being on varsity, we always play to the whistle blows to the end of the game. Usually our second half is more of our better half. Obviously not this year, but we try to do as best as we can.
Pete, we know it takes a team effort to get behind a high school football player. You got to take care of your studies. Mom and dad have to make sure things are taken care of at the house. Who would you like to give a shout out to here tonight and let them know you appreciate what they do for you and how they've helped you out in your football career as a student athlete?
I'd like to shout out my parents, more my dad, because he has gone through everything I've gone through with being an athlete, student, or student athlete, I should say. But he's my biggest role model. My mom didn't really play sports, so the only one that I really look up to most is him. But my mom always pitches in, goes to my games, supports me. It's great.
Great stuff. We're talking with Pete Lopez, offensive lineman for the Buckeye Hawks. They will take on the St. Mary's Knights this Thursday night on Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona. Pete, thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate you joining us. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will catch up with you in 2 short days, my friend, all right?
Thank you. You guys too.
Absolutely. Stay with us. More of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan. When we return, we'll visit with Coach Jose Lucero and Luke Mowry from the St. Mary's Knights. Stay with us. More of the show coming up right after the break.
Have you had the craving for the best burrito anywhere? Well, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Burrito Express, your local burrito joint. Come on in.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Burrito Express.
With 7 Valley locations and a new South Chandler location opening soon, your new favorite burrito is just right around the corner. Burrito Express, a proud supporter of Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona.
CW7 Arizona, your home for Live Golf, NASCAR, college football, and college hoops. It's also your home for live local high school football starting August 22nd. Catch all the action as we bring you football's first game of the week every Thursday night. See some of Arizona's top athletes and biggest rivalries from divisions across the state. Thursday Night Kickoff, only on CW7 Arizona.
We welcome you back here on the Desert Gridiron Gameplan. Looking forward to a great game this Thursday night between the Buckeye Hawks and the St. Mary's Knights. And speaking of the St. Mary's Knights, let's go ahead and get them in here, Parker. Coach Jose Lucero joining us, along with Luke Mowry from St. Mary's. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here tonight. We are beyond excited for Thursday night's game. Coach, we'll start with you, and just give us a brief synopsis of the 4-4 start to the football season so far this year.
Yeah, split our games, obviously, sitting here at 4-4, sitting at 500. We've played some really good football teams along the way, and dropped some tough ones and won some games. So it's been a battle. We knew coming into our schedule that's how it was going to be. We played a really tough region. We know we got another tough one on Friday night against Buckeye, and so but our team has grown, and we feel like we've gotten better as the season's gone on, and hopefully we can come out and play well tomorrow or Thursday night.
Coach, you guys sit at 19th right now in the 4A conference standings according to AZ Preps. What has kind of been you and the rest of the coaching staff's message to your guys with 2 games left, just sitting outside of a playoff spot? There's still an opportunity there to make the playoffs. We've had that conversation as a team and as coaches and with our kids, and just to continue to play. I think for us, one of the things we talk a lot about is the process. We really want to focus on doing our job, and regardless of where we're ranked, that's still going to be our emphasis every single week. And so coming out Thursday night, whether we're ranked 19th or first or whatever it is, our focus is still doing our job every single play and trying to go out and compete and play well.
Coach, you've been at the helm there for quite some time now at St. Mary's. We know you're an alumni there as well. What does it mean to you to lead this football program as an alumni, as well as the athletic director, and carry on that St. Mary's legacy that you're so familiar with?
It means a ton. My family, we bleed green. My wife's an alumni from here. She actually works here at the school too. And just to have the opportunity to come back to St. Mary's, it's such a special community. There's really no place like it. So to be here, to be at St. Mary's and to be on staff is truly just a blessing. And I'm so happy to have this opportunity and to come back and give back to a school that meant so much to me.
Luke, for you, as a senior right now, you've been able to go up against some tough teams this year. Carl Hayden, you got the win. Bradshaw Mountain, Yuma Catholic are 2 teams we've had on our broadcast. And then you got, of course, Thunderbird coming up. But what are some things you've learned when you're on the field at that linebacker and tight end position against some tough teams in the top of the 4A conference?
Yeah, no, I've definitely learned that as a linebacker, being in the middle of the defense, leading the defense, we definitely need to come together as a team and to do our job every play, because that's really the focus. If we play a physical brand of football every single play and do our job, play unselfish football where we do what we're supposed to do, not what we want to do, we will get victories, get W's.
Luke, we know that the offense is typically the portion of the football team that sells the tickets, but the defense has to be able to shine when necessary and make plays, get stops against opposing offenses to ultimately win football games. How much pride do you take in being on the defensive side of the football and being able to contribute to the football team in the defensive manner that you do?
I take a lot of pride in it just because as a defense, we put the offense on the field. That's the way I think about it. The 3 and outs really help us in tough games and tough scenarios. Just helps boost the offense, and it really gives us the confidence, gives the offense the confidence that we need to win games in tough situations.
Coach, for you, coming into Thursday night against Buckeye, I know it was a short week for you guys too. What's been the message in the locker room to go out, get a win on home field, with this being also your last game of the season at home?
Coming off obviously a tough loss against a really good Northwest Christian team. One of the things we talked about with the kids is it's a short week, and it's kind of a blessing there because we don't have a lot of time to really dwell on last Friday. We got to really turn the page because we know we got a big challenge with a very, very good and talented Buckeye team. And so for us, it's we watched the film Saturday, and immediately the mindset was, okay, we put that one behind us and we get ready to go attack this week. So far the kids have had a really good first 2 days of the week, and hopefully we finish off with a good day tomorrow.
Coach, we're excited to have you guys on Thursday Night Football once again. We had you on a couple of years ago, and we'll be out at Phoenix College this Thursday night as you guys host the Buckeye Hawks. Talk to us about the support from your fan base as well as the administration there at St. Mary's High School.
We got a great community here. St. Mary's, we're over 100 years old now, and we have alumni and stuff that still come to our games, from the class of 1957, things like that. It's just we have such a strong community and alumni base that it's such a special place to be. And then all of our families are phenomenal in how they support the kids and support our program, whether it be team meals or just cheering the kids on from the sideline. This is really awesome to see a really family type culture we have. And our administration's here is great. They support me as head football coach and athletic director to try to put our kids in the best position to be successful. And our administrators, they come out to games, they cheer our guys on. One of our assistant principals has a son who plays for us, and it's just, again, a really family type atmosphere. Everybody's rooting for us, and it's really good to be at St. Mary's night.
Coach, kind of to bounce off that too, I know St. Mary's for the last handful of years has always been kind of known as a basketball school. Been able to put a lot of kids, at the Division I level in that sport. How is the culture changing as far as football goes with the program and the direction it's going for the future?
Yeah, obviously we're still a really good basketball program, and we're excited to watch those guys. I'm sure Luke will be one of the bleacher creatures cheering them on this year. Coach Lopez does a great job, but I think our push here, and putting my athletic director hat on, is just trying to build championship level programs across the board. And football is no different. We want to continue. Basketball sets a high standard and raises the bar really high for us, and we're all trying to get to that level. You see in all of our programs this fall, our volleyball team's playing well. Girls flag football is currently ranked number 3 in power points, and our football team, we're battling every single week, and we're trying to maintain that standard and the standard we've set here at St. Mary's.
Coach, what would it mean for your football team to get a win this Thursday night over Buckeye on television and improve to 5-4 and hopefully keep those playoff hopes alive? Because we know there's only a couple weeks left, but anything can happen during those last couple weeks of the regular season.
No, it's huge for us. It's also our senior night being our last home game, and so for guys like Luke who've been in the program all these years, and our seniors have given us so much, it'd be great to send them off with a win on senior night and our last time in the green jerseys. And so that's big for us is to go out and do that. But, more important, like I said, we want to keep those playoff hopes alive. We feel like we still got a shot. We're knocking at the door there at number 19 today. And, it's about us getting an opportunity to get in the gold pants, which is always a big thing here at St. Mary's, to get in those gold pants and get in the playoffs. And, obviously to do that, we got to come out with a win again against a really good Buckeye team.
Luke, I was going to ask you kind of the same question. With all the years that you've spent here at St. Mary's, playing football, and just kind of the teams you've been a part of, what's it been like for you to be a St. Mary's night? And then looking at it on senior night, how special was it for you to be a part of a program like this?
It's really special because especially the relationships I've been able to build through all 4 years of high school. Football really helped bring me closer to all these great young men that I play with. Especially all the seniors, and I can't wait for senior night. It's going to be great.
James, you're muted.
This happens once every show. We try to get through the show without somebody being muted, and it's usually me. But Coach Jose Lucero and Luke Mowry joining us here from the St. Mary's Knights. They will host the Buckeye Hawks this Thursday on Thursday Night Kickoff on CW7 Arizona. We'll be on the air at 6:30 p.m. for the pregame show, and things will kick off on senior night at 7 p.m. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time. We certainly appreciate it, and we will see you in 2 short days over there at Phoenix College.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
Stay with us. We will wrap up this edition of the Desert Gridiron Game Plan when we return from the break.
CW7 Arizona, your home for Live Golf, NASCAR, college football, and college hoops. It's also your home for live local high school football starting August 22nd. Catch all the action as we bring you football's first game of the week every Thursday night. See some of Arizona's top athletes and biggest rivalries from divisions across the state. Thursday Night Kickoff, only on CW7 Arizona.
No doubt that mute button is haunted, especially on Halloween week. James Poovey joining you live here alongside Mr. Parker Gurash. Parker, I'm excited for Thursday night. We talked about it before the show. It's hard to believe we're into game 11 this week. One more to go next week out there for the Tukey Bowl at Mountain Point. But I'm excited for this one on Thursday night between Buckeye and St. Mary's.
Yeah, it's been for sure a wild ride, behind the scenes, and just being able to work with CW. It's been like an incredible blessing for me just to see, just the ins and outs of the business. But this season's been awesome. And I know we've had a lot of great games, but this one definitely going to be up there, as far as probably competitiveness of how these two teams match up against each other. And then we've got the Tukey Bowl, like you said, next week. So good coverage to end the year for 2024 high school football here in Arizona on CW7.
It should be exciting. And the best news of all, heard back from them last week. They're wanting to do it again next year. So that's always good news, and we're looking forward to that. Obviously, we'll have to start making that schedule shortly after the 2024 regular season ends, because that thing takes a little while. But we are certainly blessed to have the opportunity once again to bring Thursday Night Kickoff your way again in 2025. Have a great night, folks. For my broadcast partner, Parker Gurash, I'm James Poovey saying so long, and we will see you Thursday night out at Hogan Field at Hoy Stadium on the campus of Phoenix College, just off of 15th Avenue. And Thomas will be on the air at 6:30 p.m. for the pregame show, and kickoff is at 7. Have a great night, folks, and we will see you soon.